Okay, so for Batman the Animated Series Volume 4, I'm pretty sure this was originally aired on Warner Brothers Kids, whereas the other seasons were aired on Fox, so maybe back in the day you missed out on this season, and maybe you didn't even know that they did one extra continuation of the story in this universe.
Okay, so the first three seasons were done in Fox. I didn't know that. And then, so did this go on hiatus? Do you know?
Um, so after Batman the Animated Series Volume 3, they had a hiatus for like 2 years. I think they were working on the Superman the Animated Series for a couple seasons.
So this new this is probably a different studio.
This is still the same writers and still the same animators, but it's so this season has a art style change where it changes to more fit with the Superman art style.
So did they do the Superman as well?
Yeah.
And so they just this one looks a little more cartoony slash whimsical style. Would you say?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the back of the case. Yeah, I'll zoom in. I know the original animated series had this cool kind of retro style to it where it used like the kind of Art Deco slash Nuevo style to it with the retro looking cars and the way the buildings were stylized. Um, what do they do in this one?
Um. Well, I'd say like this is more set in like the 60s in terms of the style, where like the TVs are like black and white in the first three volumes, and they're in color in this volume, for example.
Okay, so this one's takes place. It's a little bit more modern versus the other one, which took place in a probably like the Roaring 20s or 30s or 40s.
Yeah.
All right, let's open this up and show us what's inside. Now, compared to our previous Batman's, the Volume 3 box set, this one looks a little bit less expensive. Like this is just a standard DVD case with a pretty basic insert.
Pretty sure there probably is a box version of this as well, but the thing they sold me was just a regular DVD case.
Where did you get this from?
It was on Amazon. I'm not sure what seller it was this time.
So this comes with how many discs? 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get a little bit less discs inside. Now, was this a shorter season with less episodes than the previous ones?
So there's a decent amount of episodes.
How many? 24?
24.
Okay, so we have 24 episodes. So here's the insert, disc 1. So it looks like 8 on disc 1 and then 8 on disc 2 and then looks like 8 more.
Yeah.
So you get a decent amount of episodes on here. Now, what would you rate this series compared to particular the volume compared to the previous ones?
I'd say that this is underrated kind of season, since some people might not watch it just because the animation or art style changed in the season.
Now, what in terms of the villains that appear in this? Do we get the same type of villains again? Or are they just a little wackier or something?
That's the same villains show up.
Now, is there a tonal shift in this where the tone is just not as... The other one had a little bit of a darker tone and a more adult tone.
This does have a tonal shift. So there's a shift in who's kind of teamed up with Batman, and you'll have to watch to find out about that.
Okay, what about your, you have some final thoughts?
Also say that there's actually a more serious tone in this season, surprisingly, in terms of like how the characters like Batman act in this season, where I'd describe him as more bitter in this season when compared to the other volumes. Other thing that's interesting about this is that it was originally called The New Batman Adventures in the original airing of this season, and also originally had a different intro that's for some reason not included in this DVD. So if you want the original intro and that bothers you for some reason,
may not want this edition, or is there another edition they'll have to seek out?
Probably a different edition, but it instead includes the classic intro for the series, so it doesn't really bother me.
Okay, and what do you have for final thoughts?
So if you want like a continuation of this universe of this version of Batman, then I'd say that this is a pretty underrated, good quality season for a continuation where the storylines are still up to quality.
Excellent. So you definitely recommend it for people who, especially Batman fans?
Yeah.
All right. Well, this wraps up our review of Batman the Animated Series, Volume 4. And we hope this video finds you having an amazing day. And we hope that you have a blessed day. Signing out.